Madam Joyce Mghoi, good morning to you.
Good morning to you. How are you?
Uko salama kabisa?
Niko salama. Na wewe?
Niko salama pia.
Naendelea vizuri.
Mambo inasonga Madam Joyce. Kuna mambo fulani ambayo nimekuwa nikiambia wasikilizaji wangu.
Yes.
Wengine wananiulizia aje sasa CJ, aje sasa. Nikwambia aje sasa jibu.
Aje sasa tuko na majibu.
Jibu inakuja. We're talking about teachers, Madam Joyce Mghoi. And mtu ananiuliza aje sasa. Aje sasa nasikia kuna watu wanakula bilioni. Sa net worth ni milioni ama bilioni 4. Na walimu sisi wenye tunawafunza hata hiyo hatuwezi pata. Talking about teachers.
Hiyo ni ukweli. Tunaongea about Bachelor of Education ama teaching profession. That is what we are talking about. Teaching is a profession. Any teacher that has been trained has special training and follows code of ethics. That is a profession. A profession is a course where it needs specialized attention, specialized skills, and there is a code of ethics that they need to follow. So we are talking about teachers. Why are we talking about teachers? Because people normally think that they know about teachers. You know, when you tell someone I'm doing Bachelor of Education, oh, nataka kuwa mwalimu, and it ends there, they just look at it as when you do education, unataka kuwa mwalimu, and that is it. They know a school in the village, they know a school somewhere, and therefore they imagine that is where you will end up. But I'm here to tell those that are doing Bachelor of Education that there are so many other courses. They are not courses, but there are so many other jobs that they can do as teachers. There are so many other jobs that they can do as teachers. So I want to start by talking about who is a teacher. Who is a teacher, or what is this teaching career or profession? And we are saying a teacher is an expert. An expert who is capable of passing on information, an expert that is capable of giving knowledge, an expert that has skills and is able to impart knowledge, is able to impart information to other people. That is who a teacher is. And for you to qualify to be a teacher, because Chacha, we've had so many students even coming and they have been called to do other courses, and then they end up saying, no, me, I want to do education. I want to be a teacher. And they come to my office and they tell me, we want to become teachers, or I want to become a teacher. And sometimes I ask them, why do you want to become a teacher? And sometimes they give me information like, I was called to do Bachelor of Arts, but I don't know where I'm going to work if I do Bachelor of Arts, and therefore I want to do education because I know where I'm going to work. And when I ask them, where are you going to work? They say, I'm going to work in a school. So I'm here to enlighten those that are doing Bachelor of Education, not to have a narrow mind, not to have a narrow mind and just think that it's only in a secondary school, or it's only in a primary school, or it's only in a preschool that a teacher can be able to work. A teacher can be able to work in very many other environments, and there are so many other jobs. So the qualifications for someone to do Bachelor of Education or to become a teacher, they need a C+ in mean grade of C+. They need C+ in 2 teaching subjects. They need C in English and D+ in maths. That is a requirement for Bachelor of Arts, Education Arts. You need a D+ in maths, you need a C in English, and then you need a C+ in your 2 teaching subjects, and you also need a C+ in mean grade. That's what is required for Bachelor of Education Arts. But we have also Bachelor of Education Sciences. Sciences, all those other requirements, and maths, you have to have a C. So this is what has been cutting off many people. There are many people that probably have performed very well, but they have failed in maths. They cannot be able to become teachers. There are very many people that probably have done very well in other subjects, but they didn't do well in English. English and maths is very, very key. If you're doing Bachelor of Education Science, you must have a C in maths, because this is a profession and it has requirements that are special, and you cannot be registered by TSC. Even if you did a teaching in some funny colleges and you are declared a teacher there, TSC will not register you if you don't have those particular grades that I've talked about. Now, I've told you that teaching is a profession. Exactly. What is a profession? A profession is an occupation where the individual goes through specialized training, specialized skills, and they are guided by code of ethics or code standards or ethical standards. They are guided by ethical standards. They are guided by code of conduct. So anybody that goes through specialized training and they are guided by some kind of code of conduct or some kind of ethics, and if you don't follow the ethics, you can be reported to your body and your license will be cancelled. That is a profession. And we have very many other professions other than teaching. Teaching is one of them, but we have very many other professions, including law is a profession. Engineer, being an engineer is also a profession. So we have all that. Now, what are the elements of professionalism? What do we need to look for to be able to know this is a profession? We need to look for the professional education that is given specifically for a teacher. And this is where I want to say this, Chacha. You've been asking me several times, these people who have done Bachelor of Arts, can they become teachers?
Exactly.
Now, those people who have done Bachelor of Arts, there is something they are missing. So they cannot leave the university with Bachelor of Arts and become teachers. What are they missing? They are missing special education on methodology on how to become a teacher.
Now, Madam Joyce,
yes.
Maybe before I cut you short.
Yes.
Who are they? Because you've talked something about the profession itself.
Yes.
You've said the teachers are professionals.
Yes.
Who are they? The BA, the Bachelor of Arts students.
The Bachelor of Arts, that is Bachelor of Arts General. And this Bachelor of Arts General can be Bachelor of Arts in 2 subjects, can be Bachelor of Arts in this, Bachelor of Arts in that. This is what we are calling general, Bachelor of Arts General. You are doing 2 subjects, you are doing 3 subjects, you are doing sociology, you are doing, philosophy, you are doing all that. That is still, we call it Bachelor of Arts. And we will have a day to talk about them. Exactly. We'll have a day to talk about them. But what I wanted to say is, if someone doing Bachelor of Arts and is doing 2 subjects, maybe geography and Kiswahili, and they have a C+ in geography and Kiswahili, and then they have a C in English, and they have a D+ in maths. Once they complete their 4 years, they can go back and do something called postgraduate diploma. That is what makes them teachers.
That's when you qualify to be a teacher.
But now let's continue. Let's continue with the elements of professionalism. We have the professional education. We have accreditation. Someone has to be accredited. Someone has to be licensed. And for us, the TSC is the one that does that. Teacher Service Commission licenses the teachers, accredits the teachers, gives them a professional development. Professional development is continuous training. Once in a while you hear teachers have gone for a workshop because there are emerging issues in education. Then they are also represented by a professional association. Like now for secondary schools, we have KUPPET. Also NAT is there. But yes, but NAT most of the times is in primary schools, but is still a profession even when you are a primary school teacher. Code of ethics. Code of ethics, there are rules and regulations that guides a teacher and governs a teacher. Even rules including the way you dress. The way you relate with other people in the profession, the way you relate to your students, the things of sexuality, they are, sex and sex relations, they are also put there in the code of ethics. So there is something that guides the teachers. There is something that guides the teachers, and the teacher must follow that. That is professionalism.
That's so amazing, Madam Joyce Mghoi.
Yes.
There's a teacher, when I presented this topic to them,
yes.
They are training to be teachers. They
yes.
told me, I think before we join this course, we are so much overrating this course. But when we are doing it, and even after doing it, it is very underrated. I don't know whether this statement is true by any chance, Madam Joyce Mghoi, and I don't know who is underrating this course before, overrating it before and underrating it after.
Now, I want to say this. I told you here the other day that there are things that are relative. There are things that are relative. There is something you can look at. Maybe I've given you something and you can look at it as a very good thing. And if I do it with someone else, they will look at it as not a very good thing. Now, the thing is, teachers, there are 2 things here. There are some teachers, there are some people that uphold teachers completely. That this is my teacher, this is what my teacher has done, this is how the teacher has helped me, and so on. And there are some people that look down upon teachers. And how people look down upon teachers is because they think teachers get the lowest. And we also have teachers that also think that they are paid the lowest amount of salary and so on. So this is where the problem is, where there are people that think that teaching is not a very good profession. But my question is, even all these other people that have become professionals, who has taught them? It is the teachers, isn't it?
Exactly.
All these professions come from a teacher. So a teacher, that job is a noble job. It's a noble job. And number two, it has to be done by somebody. It has to be done by somebody. So my call to the teachers is, please, let's not look down upon this profession. As teachers, we as teachers, we need to stop looking down upon the profession. And then let other people also respect this particular profession. Let them respect this other profession. So it is relative. In the rural areas, teachers are very much respected. You know, they are the successful ones there. They are the ones who have dairy cows. They are the ones who, who have rented houses and so on. Houses for renting and so on. So they are really upheld in the rural area and the rural community where they are known. You know, in the urban areas, you may not know. You may not know even that your neighbor is a teacher. But in the rural area, teachers are known, and they are doing very, very well. So let us not look down upon this profession. It is a noble profession. It is a profession that even requires you to have qualities as a teacher. There are qualities that they are needed. Not anybody can become a teacher.
And who can be a teacher, Madam Joyce?
Someone with patience. Are you patient? You know, a teacher needs to be patient. A teacher needs to be patient. A teacher needs to have passion to pass knowledge and information.
I hope teachers are getting this.
Yeah,
I have one.
A teacher also needs to be empathic. You know, to have empathy. A teacher needs to have passion for the subjects that they are doing. Actually, to have passion. If you're doing physics, have passion for it. If you're doing math as a teacher, have passion for it. You know, excellent communication skills. You know, someone who is intuitive. You know, a teacher can look at a student like this and say, there is something wrong with this one. Let me find out. Intuitive, good listening skills. A teacher has to have that. Collaborative, you know, adaptable, be able to adapt to different situations. Empathic, you know, lifelong learner. A teacher has to continue reading.
He's a learner.
He's a learner. He has to continue reading day by day.
Is there a skill of understanding somewhere? A teacher
needs to be understanding. Of course, a teacher needs to be understanding, and that's why we are saying a teacher needs to be empathic. You know, to empathize with the learners and to empathize with the situation and all that. Then a teacher needs to keep track of the syllabus coverage. That's now their role, what they're supposed to do. Prepare lesson plans, plan activities, guide and counsel learners, nurture the learners, mark and correct assignments and give the assignments, give the exams. You know, those are roles of a teacher. You know, ensure there is discipline, and so on. Ensure the safety of the learners and so on. So there are career opportunities. Actually, this is why I came. I came to say, other than teaching in school, there are many other jobs that
you can do as a teacher.
You can do as a teacher, and that's what I will start with. Now, there are career opportunities for teachers locally and globally. Locally, or we can talk about the non-scenario or the non-setup. The non-scenario and the non-setup is a classroom subject teacher. That's what everybody starts with. Even those that are going to graduate, those that graduated last week, they will start as classroom teachers, possibly, or a class teacher, or a head of subject, or a head of department, or someone in charge of sports, or someone in charge of the discipline, or someone who is in charge of boarding, or someone who becomes the dean of studies in the schools, you know, a deputy principal, a principal, maybe a director of education. Those are some of the things that are known, and people who have known, or those that are doing education, they know these are the professions that they need to have. Now, I have news for them, that other than being a classroom teacher, there are other things that a teacher can be able to do. A teacher can become a curriculum development. Like now we are talking about CBC. CBC is a curriculum that has been introduced. Who is supposed to be writing this CBC or developing this CBC? Definitely teachers. And they'll be paid for it. And it's going to be beefed up. It's going to be improved day by day. It's going to be improved to become better and better. The teachers will be involved in curriculum development.
Amazing.
The teachers, yes.
Amazing. That's so amazing.
Yes.
I'm very hopeful that walimu wanasikiza hii.
Yes.
Because it's just 41 minutes zimekatika baada ya saa 2 asubuhi. Nataka tuzame kidogo Madam Joyce Mghoi. But teachers, if you are listening to this, I'd like you to pose a question to Madam Joyce Mghoi. Haswa maslahi ya walimu Madam Joyce Mghoi. Unajua, we sometimes assume these people. Tunaona ni kama watu ambao ni hivi tu. But are they really hivi? We shall be talking this in the next 1 minute. Msikilizaji, usiteze mbali. Coming up ni Madam Joyce Mghoi, tutakuwa tunaendelea. But all the same, tembea kwenye mitandao ya kijamii pale kama Touch of Grace, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, among them all. Tembea pale Twitter, YouTube, subscribe, share, and remember to comment, because things gonna be fine. If by any chance you're gonna miss this, kimbia pale YouTube, everything gonna be fine.
Yes.
What can I do?
Yes.
What else can I do?
Yes. Other than classroom teacher. Actually, they shouldn't just be saying, sasa mimi nitakuwa tu mwalimu. You know, there are many things that they can be able to do. We have talked about curriculum development. They can become curriculum developers. They can become educational policy advisors. They can become quality assurance officers. They can also become trainers or personal trainers or corporate trainers. Now, corporates need people to train them on different issues, even issues of conflicts and conflicts management, issues of stress management, how you can become, you know, the best salesperson and so on. They can become trainers or personal trainers, or they can become corporate trainers. They can also become child care officers in non-governmental organizations. Child care officers, they can also become child care officers even in governmental bodies, because we have a department of children in the government. They can become human resource personnel, because teachers are taught how to handle people, how to deal with people. And a human resource personnel is supposed to be, you know, to handle people in an organization. They can also become a counselor. You know, like me, I am a psychological counselor. And you know what, Chacha? I was a teacher. I was a teacher at secondary school. I taught for several years. Then I did masters in guidance and counseling. Then I became a students counselor in the university. And now here I am. So it is possible to move from one level to another. Let them not start looking at it as now my whole life I'll just be a teacher. No, you can become something else. I became something else, you know. I became something else. So it is possible. You can become an author. Actually, Chacha, my heart goes out for students that have very good writing skills, but they sit on that.
I think Washira is
listening. I hope Washira is listening to this. There are students that have very good writing skills, but they don't write. Let them start writing short stories, you know, a 20-page novel or storybook and so on, short stories and so on. Let them graduate, you know, and move on and become authors. Become educational consultants. Write textbooks, because these textbooks, when a curriculum is done, the textbooks need to be written by somebody. So they can write the textbooks, books that will be used in schools. They can also edit these books through KICD, you know, formerly KIE. They can also edit these textbooks. They can become bloggers and write things to do with education. They can do that, and they'll be able to make a life out of themselves. Teachers become very good sales reps and sales managers. Insurance companies have employed teachers. Banks have employed teachers. Many organizations are employing teachers to be able to sell their products, because teachers are able to communicate well. They have good communication skills, and they are able to relate with people, and therefore they can become very good salespeople. So they can also do that. Teachers can also become public relations officers in organizations, because we need someone who can relate to visitors. They can become paralegals also. They can become mediators, you know. I'm also a professional mediator, by the way. I did mediation, which is a short course. So as I'm mentioning these things, if there's something that needs a short course, like 3 days course or 1 week, like me, I did a 1 week course, and then I continually go for refresher courses, a 1 day workshop. If you have done maths and physics, you can even become a radiologist. You only need to go for some short courses, and you become a radiologist. Is someone who works in the hospital in the imaging section. Mali unaambiwanga enda pale uchukue x-ray alafu ulete nijue ni ugonjwa gani uko nayo. Customer care, you can do that. Project manager, you can do that. NGO, non-governmental organization, you can work in banks, you can work in insurance companies, you can work as a lecturer when you upgrade now from a degree to a master's to PhD, you can become a lecturer.
Because time is moving very fast,
yes.
I'd like us to understand and educate our listeners and teachers
yes.
on maybe the challenges, what they expect in the field as teachers.
As teachers.
What is ahead of them?
Okay. There are many challenges and emerging issues. One of them can be shortage of teachers wherever you are posted. You may find that you're the only English teacher in the whole school. There are also challenges like promotion of teachers. Sometimes is delays promotion of teachers. There are also challenges like professionalizing the teaching service. You know, it's a professional job that should be respected, but not many people respect it, as you said before. So that one can also be a challenge. We also have things like technology, integration of technology. It's a challenge. Integration of technology in learning, it is a real challenge because some of the teachers may not have learned anything to do with technology. So it can be a challenge. We also have things like things that are facing the globe, the world generally, things like management of HIV, you know, lifestyle diseases and so on. It can also be a problem. Another challenge that can be in schools is burnout of teachers, because you teach and teach and teach and teach until you are completely exhausted. It's like giving. When you are giving out, you're giving out, you're giving out. You end up having burnout. You end up getting overworked. You end up, sometimes you get large, very, very large classes that you cannot be able to handle. So those are some of the things, the challenges that they can be able to find. Extended working hours. You know, extended working hours can be a problem. Motivation of teachers. As you have said, most of the teachers may not be motivated because they are not enumerated well, or they are not really paid well. Another biggest challenge that is emerging now is parental pressure. Parental pressure. Parents nowadays, they are really, you know, on the teachers. They are really on the teachers. Sometimes you can also have harsh working conditions. You are posted in places that are not very friendly, difficult students and cooperating parents, discrimination, malicious workmates. Sometimes you may find in a school where there is division. The deputy ako na walimu wake, the head teacher ako pia na wake, you know, na wewe umepostiwa hapo, you don't know which camp to belong. So it can also be a problem. Lack of infrastructure in the schools can also be a challenge. Assumed low pay, and I'm saying assumed low pay. Why? Because there are some people that have been able to make it great with that pay over teacher. It is kidogo, yes, but it depends sometimes on how you plan it.
So, Madam Joyce, you know, you understand that teachers play a very crucial role.
Yes.
Now, there's something you mentioned before, but hatujaweza kuiongelea, something to do with CBC.
Yes.
We've introduced something new. You are a career ambassador. You said you are a mediator.
Yes.
Let's mediate this.
You want us to mediate this?
Let's have to mediate this.
Yes.
This thing, I'm not against, or I'm just here to voice it out.
Yes.
I don't know what teachers that are really training at this moment.
Yes.
What should they prepare for? Because the system is changing, and the system they trained is very different from what they are going to meet at the field. Even if they again train, there's something that they set their mentality.
Yeah.
How are they going?
Now let me tell you something, Chacha. We human beings are very adaptive. If we are positive about it, we are very, very adaptive. So if we embrace this CBC, we will do everything to learn about it and to be able to pass that information to the learners. So the ones that are now training to be teachers now, they only need to be positive about CBC, and they'll be able to find out all the information that is required to become the best teacher in this CBC class. And it is not something that is very hard to understand or very hard to be able to pass. It is not something which is very difficult. So for me, I am not really thinking that the teachers are not really well prepared for it, because the teachers that are in schools right now handling CBC have gone through training. They have gone through training here and there to be able to bring them, on board, and to be able to really explain to them what CBC is all about. And once you are a teacher, just the way I told you, you have to have continuous learning. You have to continue to learn. So there is no problem. The teachers that are there now, and the teachers that we are training now, we will bring them up to speed to be able to understand this CBC, and they'll be able to pass it. They only need to have a positive attitude and to be interested to know what this CBC is all about, and it will be fine.
Change your mentality, teachers, and be flexible. Everything gonna be fine. Madam,
Yes,
we just
yes.
have actually 2 minutes
Yes.
to conclude this session. It has been a very fruitful session.
Yes.
And I believe next is Tuesday, and the next time we're gonna be very much.
I feel we have rushed it. I feel we have rushed it, but it is okay,
Which I create some
because we
time.
have continuous learning. Yeah? We are also like teachers, so
Exactly.
we will bring it again and again until we bring all the teachers to understand that it is not only being in a classroom that they can do. There are very many other things that they can be able to do.
And it is possible.
It is
Your last word to the society and teachers at large? Just 1 minute?
Just that those that are training for it to know that there are many other things that they can be able to do.
So amazing. That is Madam Joyce Mghoi, Touch of Grace, pale Twitter, Instagram. Remember kutembea YouTube. Anything here you may miss, you'll get there as an extension of it. Madam Joyce Mghoi, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Watu amazing Touch of Grace.
We are just calling unto them to visit Touch of Grace. We have so many other programs that we have put there. Let them watch, subscribe, share, like, and learn from it.